Livestock Trade. I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network, and joining me is livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. Good morning, Kyle. There's a lot of red on my screen this morning. What do you see today?
Well, that's right. There's a lot of red on the screen today, but we are trading in many of these feeder cattle contracts and some of the live cattle contracts trading an inside day, which means indecision here. Now, after yesterday's run up here, it's not surprising here. We did start off here kind of on a softer tone and then did find some willing sellers there, but there's also a lack of buyers here after that push higher that we saw yesterday. You know, all the buyer orders get eaten up, and market's going to have somewhat of a vacuum effect on the downside here when this thing does decide to roll over a little bit, and that's kind of what it's doing here. We got the August feeders down $2.80 on that 328.72. Lows been 327.15, so we're off our lows by a good chunk, but we're also off our highs here. 331.42 has been the high, like I said, 328.80. So feeder cattle index looks like it's going to be down about $1.26 here today. That's because we lost a few sales here from last week. Cash is still pretty stout, although the numbers are starting to kind of slow down here later in the week. On the live cattle side of things here, got the August board trading down 110 points here at 225.92, off its lows of 224.70 here by about $1, $1.15, $1.20 in that range. High's been 227.20. Now, we are seeing some a little bit of cash trade here in Texas at 231. We got some bids here in Nebraska at 240, and we've got several packers down south there in Kansas and Texas that are bidding 229 to 230, 231 as well.
All right, that is livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. If you'd like to talk to Kyle about the markets, call him at 308-708-7340. Do remember, trading futures and options involves risk of loss and may not be suitable to all investors. Consider these risks before investing. I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network.
When you're outdoors beneath Nebraska skies, adventure comes in all sizes. From quick escapes and long weekends to true off-the-grid retreats. Paddle, hike, camp, explore. Whether you have a few hours or a few days, we'll guide you to a state park or recreation area that's a perfect fit. Start your next adventure today at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Introducing the Rural Radio Podcast Hub. In a world flooded with podcasts, this one stands out by focusing on what truly matters, rural America. Stay informed with the latest market updates and insightful commentary on Final Bell. Keep up with rodeo and Western lifestyle through Breaking the Barrier and the Nebraska Rodeo Update. And sharpen your marketing skills with Grain IQ. RuralRadioNetwork.com. The Rural Radio Podcast Hub, the one place to hear it all.
And welcome back. We're going to look at your markets here. I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network. Corn futures are slightly higher, continuing to chop right around that $4 area after testing some nearby resistance on the open. Ethanol margins look to remain stable in the short term, with summer driving demand starting to fade a bit. The forecast keeps rains mixed in with the expected warmer stretch. Soybeans are expected to benefit from the trade deal struck with Indonesia, but our biggest buyer, China, has yet to reach a deal and seems to be filling their current soybean needs elsewhere, buying their second shipment of Argentine soy meal and planning to reduce the soybean meal used in animal feed by 10% by the year 2030. Wheat futures are lower, with early buying turning back towards selling as we head back toward the low end of the range, with sinking euro values pressuring that trade. And December corn is currently up 1.5 at $4.19. March up 1.5 at $4.36 1/4. September beans are down 3 at $10.02. November down 1 3/4 at $10.21. Chicago December wheat down 2.5 at $5.58 3/4. March down 2 3/4 at $5.77. December wheat up 1 at $5.47. March up 1/2 at $5.67 1/4. Soybean meal in September down $1.90 at $2.74.30. August soybean oil up 35 cents at $56.49. Over in the livestock side of things, August live cattle down $1.20 at $225.82. October down $1.17 at $222.32. August feeder cattle down $2.80 at $328.72. September feeders down $227 at $329.62. Lean hogs for October up 77 cents at 91.67, and Class 3 milk for August up 14 at 17.24. This is